Let's take a look at the ASL. So ASL, of course, starting very, very soon here. Just first off, taking a look at the overall player pool. Let's start there. That's a good place to start, I think. All right, so we have, and I should probably move my camera just slightly. Boop, boop. All right. So looking at Protoss, best Bisu Mini Snow Stork, free range shuttle, excellent. Terrans, JOJ Mind, Light Royal Rush, Ample Leda Mong C Sharp. Very interesting. Zerg, Hero, Action, Ivory, Jadong, Sulky, Zero, Calm, Effort, Killer, Soma. Okay. Obviously some very strong lineups. First up, let's talk a little bit about... Was this Kyber? Thank you for the gifted sub. Ivory, right? Ivory is like a 2500 Zerg that I believe beat Soma on day one and got through. He beat some really good players. I believe he beat Piano as well. So that's kind of like, this is the new guy. Don't expect much out of him. I expect him to lose 0-2 out. That's generally what happens first time you're in ASL. And I don't think we'll see him back again. I think that this was like a lucky run. But we'll see. We'll see. It's exciting that he's in there. I love having new players break through. It's always great. Looking at the rest of the Zerg lineup, it's incredibly strong. It's incredibly strong. Calm has actually been up at the top of the ladder lately. Just throwing that out there. Calm is like ranked really highly right now. Definitely one of the highest ranked Zergs on the ladder. You know, Killer. We've talked a lot about him in the past. He's always pretty solid. Soma's the best Zerg in the world. Effort being back is amazing. It's a fucking amazing because Effort is like actual pure legendary player, right? So that's just amazing. I'm very excited to have him there. He's the only player with a winning record in best of fives against Flash, right? That's saying something. Zero, of course. Sulky, of course. Action, of course. Hero, of course. These are all amazing players. Jadong is in pretty darn good shape right now. He's trying really hard at the moment. All right. Looking at the Protoss lineup. This is just a very good lineup overall, right? You'd absolutely expect best Bisu, Mini, Snow. So right now, Snow is the best Protoss in the world, followed by Mini, followed by Bisu, followed by best. Okay? Now, Rain is actually the overall best Protoss that there is when he's in shape. I don't know exactly what type of shape he's in, but I would imagine if he decided to qualify for this, he'll probably make top 4 this season. I'm not kidding about this. I think that Rain is probably... Like, if Rain would actually take it seriously and play, I think he would literally be the second best player to Flash consistently. He is unbelievably good. He is unbelievably good. And I think he's just smarter than all the other Protosses. Free is good. Stork is good. Like, they're a little bit lower than the other guys. Shuttle as well. Same kind of idea, right? Ridiculously good Protoss lineup. This is a great Protoss lineup. Okay, Terran lineup. Obviously, these 5, like, you're always going to want to see them. They are fantastic. Now, down here, it's kind of interesting, okay? Sharp is back in ASL. That's great to see. I still think Sharp is like a top 6-ish Terran. Like, you do have to put these guys probably ahead of him. But he might be the next best after them, right? I love Sharp personally. For me personally, he's my favorite Terran. Okay, he kind of has a similar style to me and stuff. I love to see him in ASL. Makes me very happy. Mong is very good, so it's good to see him in here. Now, Ample Leda C. I know Leda's been working hard on his skills, so I guess congrats to him for making it in. Also, Wraith is very meta right now in TVZ. I didn't actually check what his bracket was. So... yeah, I'm not exactly sure how he got through, but he is good in everything. He seems a little bit weaker TVP, but again, he has been working on that. Ample is a lot of fun. This is one of the most fun Terrans to watch, in my opinion. He's the most aggressive Terran that there is at the pro level, right? But he's someone that is in like 15% of Star Leagues or something like that, right? Like, we've seen him in ASL maybe 2 other times. This is season 16. So maybe he's been in it about 3 times, and he was in KSL twice, I think. So, you know, out of, let's say, 20 Star Leagues since Remastered came out, he's been in 4 to 5. So he's like, he's good though. He's good. He's just very aggressive. And then you have C. I heard that he had the most unbelievably easy bracket. Obviously, C is like really, really good back in the day, but nowadays he's really a streamer, right? Yeah, I don't know what to expect out of him. Like, if he takes it seriously, he's unbelievably good. But he's really just like a streamer now. And by the way, he's a great guy. Like, I used to get to hang out with him when I first moved to Korea. Really sweet guy. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to expect out of him for this season. One thing I want to mention for this Terran lineup, it's kind of heartbreaking seeing some of these players in here and no Sock. You know, Sock, SSAK, the very, like, kind of technical Terran. Sock is honestly one of the best Terrans in the world right now. Like, I think he's actually better than JYJ right now. I think he's better than Mind right now. I think he might be better than Rush right now. Sock has been, like, #1 on the ladder consistently for a couple months. He's been doing so well in KCM Race Survivor Series. Sock is ludicrously strong right now. I think that it is a complete shame that he did not make it. But anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there. Big shout out to Sock because he is in such good shape. Okay, let's scroll down. And yeah, I mean, the map pool. I've watched a bunch of these maps. I don't have huge opinions on them yet, so we'll just skip them for now. Retro and... Oh, Polypoid is back in. I actually didn't realize that. That's fun. I really like Retro. I think that is a really well-made map. And obviously Polypoid is as well. Okay, scrolling down to the groups, right? So we have JYJ, Mind, Hero, and Best that are all seeded into the next round. And then let's take a look at the groups, because that's what we're here for. Okay, so first group A... And this is August 14th, man. That's coming right up. 4 days. Mini, Leda, Soma, Mong. Okay, so here's my thoughts. Soma is Soma and Mini are the 2 best players in the group by far, right? But crazy shit can happen. First off, Mini, this is a best of 1 round. Mini doesn't know how to play safe. He literally doesn't know. He doesn't understand that if you are 10 times better than someone, you can play a little bit safe instead of just making a Nexus first without scouting and make sure that you beat them. So we don't know what'll happen with Mini. He should dominate Leda, and Soma should dominate Mong. This is actually really good matchups for them. Mong's weakest matchup is against Zerg. Leda's weakest matchup is against Protoss. So that, like, kind of works out perfect for them. Mini, Soma, ridiculous match. The thing is here, Leda and his TVZ could end up beating Soma. Because right now, Wraith is really meta. People have actually developed Wraith builds a lot right now. In fact, Sock has the most ridiculous Wraith build. I'll probably talk about it when we get to a group and see someone try to do it. But Sock has a ridiculously good Wraith build. Also, Mong is really, really, really strong against Protoss. This is, like, Mong is incredibly underrated because he's not, like, a championship level player, but his TVP is amongst the very best in the world. Like, honestly, I think his TVP is overall better than most of these players in here. I think it's... I actually really like Sharp's TVP. It's better than C's, Leda's, Ample's. It's, like, at least as good as Royals, I think. Better than JYJ's, maybe. Similar to Mind, but different style. So Mong is very strong in that matchup. There could be upsets in this group, but it should be Mini Soma. All right, Group B. Sulky, Calm, Rain C. That's a fucking silly group. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so first off, C being in the group, I don't think he has really any chance in here. Well, I mean, obviously there can be a chance if he's really training super hard. But Rain is, like I said, again, if he is training and actually, like, taking it seriously, he'll top 4 this season. He's that good. Calm has been doing very, very well on ladder. Sulky is always one of the best Zergs in the world. But Sulky is a bit weak ZVZ. So between him and Calm, by the way, if I recall correctly, lost to Ivory. in the first day of qualifiers as well, that new Zerg player. So both of them may be a little bit shaky in that matchup. I look at this group, and I'm kind of feeling Sulky Rain, but I could see Calm possibly upsetting one of them. But not both. Okay, Group C. Snow Killer, Royal Shuttle. Snow and Royal will both advance. Snow is by far the best Protoss in the world right now, in every matchup. And Royal is just much better than Killer and Shuttle. Royal's still in very, very good shape at the moment. That's a pretty easy to talk about group. And Snow will win the group. Royal gets second. Group D, light, free, action, effort. Oh! That's crazy. That's a crazy group. That's a crazy group. That's the group of death. Group D is always a group of death. I don't know how they do that, but it is. Anyways, Light is the best player in the world. With Flash still not being officially active. So Light should get out of the group. All these players are so strong, though. Crazy things can happen. Crazy things can happen here. Effort should be better ZVZ than Action, although Action's done pretty well in ZVZ and ASL. Free has always been pretty known for his PVZ, but I think he's going to be a little bit outclassed. But he could give Light a little bit of a hard time, but yeah, Light's the best player. It's, any season that Light doesn't win, he was robbed. So we're going to go with Light here, getting out. And I actually think Effort will probably wiggle out of this group. But this is an insane group. That's the best group in this round, for sure. I don't even need to look at the rest. That is absurd for a round of 24. Seriously. Because Light, Action, Effort should all be round of 16 or round of 8 even. And then Free is like, I think he's a round of 24, round of 16 guy. But he's like in ASL pretty much every single season. So like, he really deserves it, right? Crazy group. Okay. Group E. Zero, Ample, Sharp, Jadong. Now that's a crazy group. Okay. Zero should get through Queen, aka Zero. He should get through this without too much trouble. Ample is like, this is a somewhat weak matchup for him. He does some funny things in this matchup. Like he does stim rushes where he stims across the map and stuff. He doesn't always do it anymore. He used to. He used to be known as that. He had like a nickname having to do with it. It's kind of funny. But Ample... yeah, I don't see Ample getting out of here. Sharp is just better than... All the players in this group are better than Ample, as much as I like Ample. Jadong Sharp, I think, is actually a very good match. Because Sharp is not particularly known for his TVZ, but it's not bad by any means. Like, he's got pretty solid TVZ. You know, he's just a very, very fast player. Like, Queen 100%, and then it's between Sharp and Jadong, in my opinion, for the second one. And that really could go either way. Okay. Group F. Rush, Ivory, Bisu, Stork. Rush and Bisu. It's pretty straightforward. Now, Bisu, Stork, just the fact that these two are playing each other again, they have such a sick rivalry for so long. I actually did an interview with them in Saudi Arabia. I don't believe it has been released, unfortunately. I hope that it gets released. But basically, Stork has a winning record on Bisu. And Bisu actually mentioned that he thinks Stork was the best Protoss in the Kespa era. That it wasn't Bisu, right? Obviously, it was Bisu. But a great deal of respect between these two for each other. Stork can beat Bisu. And it's best of one, so that's kind of crazy. I think Rush gets first place. I think Ivory really doesn't have much shot. I think Ivory is going to get absolutely mangled by Rush. And then just cheese his ass off against Stork or Bisu in the loser match and probably go out. So yeah, I would say Rush and Bisu. So those are very good groups overall. Very good groups. Now, if I could take a look at this and tell you what I think is going to happen as far as the whole tournament, here's the storylines I'm looking at, right? Snow and Light Snow, Light, Soma, right? These are the best players of their races. Soma, Snow, Light. They are all by far the best players of their races right now. And this is the funny thing. It was that way last season as well, and they didn't do particularly well this set. You know, that happens. ASL is crazy, and, you know, people prep certain builds and everything, and shit can go wrong. But those are the three that I'm kind of looking at to hopefully get very, very deep. Rain, I think, has potential to do crazy upsets this season because, well, we don't know exactly how active he is right now, but again, I think he's the most talented, smartest player probably in ASL. Yeah, yeah. Realistically, I feel like the winner should probably end up being Light, Snow, or Soma. I think the odds are against Soma right now. Currently, Zerg is having a little bit of a hard time at the top of the world. There's some Terran builds right now, like the 8 racks. Just 8 racks pressure. Terrans have gotten very good at it, and Zergs are having kind of a hard time against that. And the Terrans are doing a good job of rotating that around as well. So I think Soma's going to have a hard time. I don't think a Zerg is going to win this season. And if it does, I hope it's Soma because he deserves it. Is this a Stark known for using scouts? No. He used a scout. But no. No one's known for using scouts. Yeah. As far as these guys, I don't think we're going to see like a repeat or anything from JYJ and mine getting to the finals. Yeah. Anyways, it's a sick ASL. This is one of the best ASLs that we've really had. What is your flash question, guy in the chat? I'm not dodging anything. You think I'm fucking afraid of you? You think I'm fucking afraid of you? Do I see any upsets in this year's ASL? Well, we will, of course. We always do. Thing is, it's so so volatile.
X300, the year is 2002, only a year after 9/11. Nelly is hot in there and Avril Lavigne is looking for her skater boy. Most games finished with only an expert. You're natural. You're not Gosu kid. Oh well, hold on. WCG results are in. Let's print them. Boxer beats Yellow, the hottest Zerg around, and smashes Elky, which probably made him want to retire to poker, and Artosis is waiting for a 1v1 LT in OP Clan X. Nostalgia bot offline.
Thank you. Thank you. Avril Lavigne, that's what I'm going to be listening to tomorrow. That's my travel to land music. It always has been. Yeah, Flash is injured. That's correct. Someone said that. Oh, okay. So Malak is asking about Scan and Scan's overall level. Yeah, Scan is extremely good, right? Here, we'll just pop this up real quick. Okay, here's players that I think Scan is honestly better than. Straight up better than. Overall skill-wise. Now, that doesn't mean that he'll always beat them or something, but overall, I think he's better than Stork. He's better than Shuttle. He's better than Ivory. He's better than Jadong. He's better than Ample. He's better than Leda. He's better than C. Probably similar to Killer in level, in my opinion. He ended up losing to Soma, for anyone that was wondering. Soma has a winning record against every Terran in the world except Light and Rush, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, like, I'm talking about, like, current games, like games for the last couple months, like Spawn matches, Pro League matches, things like that. Soma's been killing every Terran except for those two, right? And Light's win rate TVZ right now is unbelievable. He doesn't look beatable. It's like snow in PvT. So yeah, it's too bad he didn't make it. It's tough. You know, again, there's so much, there's so much variance, I guess, is one way to put it, in a tournament like this. Like, you know, people are like, wow, is like JYJ the best Terran in the world? No, he's not. And he wouldn't even say he is after winning his ASL. He won the tournament, but that's, you know, Light's better than him, for instance, right? And the season before that, Royal won, Light's better than him, right? And no one actually disagrees with this that knows anything. But, you know, it's so volatile. It's so volatile because you have best of ones, you have snipes, you have crazy maps. You know, there's all sorts of things that can go wrong and fuck you up in ASL. You know, one tournament doesn't really tell you. It's the long term that tells you who's best. But anyways, yeah. And I see someone in the chat asking, can Effort win the whole thing? I honestly don't know what shape he's in. I would doubt it. I don't think he's going to be in good enough shape to win the whole thing. Peak Effort? Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't fuck with peak Effort. I have a hard time believing Effort will be able to beat all the good Terrans here. Right? Look, you got 3 PvZ killers right there. And then you got Rain, who we don't know what shape he's in. And then as far... Leta's going to be very dangerous this season against Zergs, I think. These 3, Light, Royal, Rush. Incredibly good TVZ. JYJ, best macro SK Terran in the world. It's hard, man. That's a fucking sick lineup that you have to get through. The thing is, you know, there is...
Don't Defense donated $3.33. Why are ASL qualifiers so bad that you only get 2 chances? And so bad that a player like Scan that you think is better than 10ish players that qualified didn't make it. And hasn't made it in a while. Why, Artie? I really hate when tournaments are like this.
Yeah, it's too bad. You know, you can get unlucky brackets and stuff. One thing to note is it used to be a little bit more robust. I thought it was better when it was offline, obviously. That was a better system because there was 3 chances to qualify. The big one in Seoul, and then you'd have 2 other ones around the country. Obviously, you had to travel to that. There were far less participants because it wasn't online. You'd have to actually go to the cafe and everything. But something like that, you're more likely with 3 tries, right? But you can get screwed on brackets. Like, for instance, Barracks didn't make it in this season, but, like, Barracks eliminated Scan the 2 seasons before this, and Barracks is very good, right? Barracks is just slightly better than Scan.
Donated
It's tough.
$3.33. Artie, who was into the rain way back in the LT days.
Who was into the rain. Into the rain, I'll explain that 1 second, Zealous. Yeah, I see someone asking, Snow vs. Light, who is in better shape to win? They're both in perfect shape to win. Snow is basically unbeatable for Terran players, and Light is basically unbeatable for Zerg players. There is that rock, paper, scissors type of aspect that's going on right now at the top pro scene. But Zerg is... We don't have any Zergs that are, like, unbeatable for Protoss players, right? But we do have Protosses that are unbeatable for Terran. It's a weird thing right now. So I feel like Zerg is going to have a tough time this season. To Zealous, who was asking, who was Into the Rain way back in LT days. So Into the Rain was like the father of Psystorm. He was the first Protoss pro gamer that really utilized Psystorm really heavily as Protoss. He's an ASL commentator. I'll show you his picture. You see him all the time when you watch ASL. Why don't we have a picture of him? That's crazy. Anyways, he is one of the Korean commentators for ASL. Yeah, I used to watch Into the Rain replays too. He's fucking great. He didn't believe me. I went drinking with him like years and years ago. He didn't believe me. I knew who he was. So funny. All the Koreans are like that with me. The guy who runs ASL, he went by that ID 910. And he was certain I couldn't know who he was. He's like, no, you foreigner, you don't know who I am. I'm like, I literally know who you are. I watched like every single Pro Terran game from 2002 to 2008.